All right, everybody, we're live now, and I'm watching an ad right now because I don't have ads disabled on this stream, so I apologize for that if you guys had to watch ads, but I just go ahead and canceled that. But here we are again for another meeting of the Glendale Coin Club, July 10th, 2020. See a lot of people here in the chat. I want to thank everyone for coming in. Burton Strauss, Mission Get Rich, I see, John Samarin, Bradley's Coins, Dennis Berry, Walt Osterbecke, thank you for coming in and helping to get our speaker set up for tonight. Who else came in? Golden Fire, Dennis Rockland, thanks for sending out notices to everyone on the meetings. Really appreciate that. Kevin Wolf, Robert Dix, Greg Berkovitz, thanks for coming in. Gibbies, Clarence, Raymond, all kinds of people coming in. Even Phil and Coin Farm, Greengo, NCF, Paula, I am Rosebud. All right. Again, thanks everyone for coming in. Again, this is our meeting for July. And as we start out all of our meetings, I think we should start out with the Pledge of Allegiance. So let me get a flag down there for us. And even though you're at home and we're not able to get together, I think we should all still stand and say the pledge. So here we go. I pledge allegiance to
the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation,
under God, indivisible,
with
liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you for that, everybody. Anyway, I hope you guys have all had a pretty good last few weeks since we last met. I mean, all things considered. Again, if you're not familiar with our club, we do have a website, glencoin.com. That's GLENCOIN.com. Our club's been around since March 1959. This is our normal meeting time, second Friday of the month. We usually meet in person at 7 p.m. our time, but since we got a nationwide and even a worldwide audience, we're trying to meet. That's why we're meeting at the 6 p.m. Time, just because by the time we get done, ends up being after midnight on the East Coast, and we had some people asking if we could start early, and since we're not having to fight LA traffic to get to our meeting room, I didn't see why we couldn't start at 6. So hopefully that's not too much of a problem for too many. And I guess if it is a problem, these meetings get recorded. You can watch them back anytime. And while I'm on that topic, if you missed our April meeting, our May meeting, our June meeting, all of those are still available to be watched. We had excellent guest speakers at each of those. So I hope you didn't miss those. We got Don Berry here on our screen. He's our club secretary. You guys know him. The folks on YouTube know him as SoCal Box Breaks. He has his own YouTube channel. He has been looking through chat, so make yourself known if you're here. He's been watching names. He's writing down names, giving everybody a ticket, because that's how we draw for our prizes. These are all free giveaway prizes that we have here on the screen. Hey there, Jim Phillips. John Duff's here too. I'm not going to be able to say hi to everybody. I just see a couple of our club members popping in there. But so anyway, just make sure you chat at some time during this meeting. And if you really want to make sure Don's got your name in there, you can keep bugging him about that and he'll confirm. Again, I wish we could be meeting live in our library meeting room, but it still looks like that's not going to happen anytime soon. Last month, things were starting to open up, and even here in Los Angeles County. This month, it looks like we're going in the other direction. And again, meeting rooms like we have at the library and coin shows, they're going to be pretty far down on the list as far as things to open up. And the more it goes on, the more it looks like we might be in 2021 before we're really back to meeting normally, unfortunately. Again, this is our 4th time we're meeting like this online. The last 3 meetings are up to watch anytime. You can even watch back the live chat that you guys are participating in. If you're on a computer, and even a lot of phones are able to do that. Again, we had really good guest speakers, lots of positive feedback about all these meetings so far. We even earn a little bit of advertising revenue from Google and YouTube on the videos. And again, I give all that right back to the club from these streams. So that helps the club earn a few bucks. And it helps us cover this program that we use to do this costs us a few bucks a month. So it helps to cover that. So thanks for participating in all that. And when you watch, when you click on the meetings and the ads pop up, if you watch the ad, you help the club earn a few extra cents, I guess. And as a reminder, again, all the proceeds of the video are going right to the Coin Club. You'll see Nightbot in the chat. It's an automatic chat bot. If it works, I haven't seen it come up yet. It'll be posting things like that from time to time, reminding everybody of that. So again, I already mentioned, make sure Don gets you guys all a raffle ticket. Our prizes are pretty similar to what we've done in the previous month. This one we got a 1964 Swiss silver 2 francs, nice gem BU condition. We got a few of our club medals. We got this 2016 Daniel Carr Copper Club medal. And this one was won last month by Greg Berkovitz, and he donated it back to be used again as a prize. So thank you to Greg. You guys all see him in chat. Say thanks to Greg. So appreciate that. This one here is one of our 2018 overstrikes done by Daniel Carr. It was done on the Barber Zombux design. You can kind of make that out there. So it's a pretty cool piece. And then we have our 2019 copper and 2019 silver Glendale Coin Club medals with the Pacific Railway design that Daniel Carr made for us. And these were really popular and really cool for the 150th anniversary of the Pacific Railway with the golden spike and all that. So he did a really good job on those. So we'll be giving those away. So you just got to, Don, I said, is putting names in the bucket. Make sure you get in for a chance. So again, as you know, most of the meetings and the club shows in the state have been canceled. I don't know any meetings or shows here in California that are going to be held anytime this month or next. And now into September, a lot of things have been getting canceled, unfortunately. Again, we have Coinorama in San Diego that was scheduled for next or this weekend. That's been canceled. The ANA's Summer Seminar, World's Fair of Money, those were canceled for August. August 21st through 23rd, NASC Golden State Show in Arcadia has now been officially canceled, and there's no gold coin raffle this year. Just got the word this week that the Long Beach Show, September 17th through 19th, is canceled, unfortunately. And I guess with that, it doesn't look like we're going to see any shows in Southern California for the next few months. The next ones I know of that are still scheduled and not canceled, I know we have our October 25th Glendale Coin Club show in Van Nuys. So far, that's not canceled. That's the one we're going to do jointly with Verdugo Hills Coin Club since their March show got canceled. But again, we're just going to be, playing it by ear and like waiting to see what happens to see if we're actually going to be able to do that show. It's still a few months out, so we're hoping for the best. That's basically the same story for the December CSNA show in Arcadia. That's not yet canceled, but again, they're just waiting to see, I guess. So, yeah, it's unfortunate that Long Beach got canceled because I know a lot of us were looking forward to that. So, yep, Steve says California's spiking in cases, and that's the thing. So, yeah, pretty much everything for the next couple months is going to get canceled. Hopefully, we'll be able to do something by the end of the year. But even though a lot of shows and meetings are getting canceled, there is some stuff you can do from home. Some clubs are meeting online, of course, including ours. On July 12th, which is Sunday, the Ancient Coin Club of Los Angeles is going to have a meeting at 1 p.m. Pacific. That's an invite-only meeting, but if you're interested in attending that meeting, and if you're interested in ancient coins, send me an email, and I'll try to get you in on that. And I'm going to go ahead and chat here and see if the bot's working. That'll give you my email address. So if that doesn't work, you guys either know my email. There it is. It's working. Okay. And it's always in the description of my videos, too. So if you want to try to get an invite to that Ancient Coin Club of LA meeting on Sunday, 1 p.m. Pacific, let me know and I'll try to get you hooked up. Also on July 15th at 7 p.m. Pacific, the Covina Coin Club is going to have a meeting via Zoom, and they're going to have a presentation on Condor tokens. So if you'd like to get the invite and information on that meeting, again, send me an email and I'll try to get you in on that. I don't think they're going to turn you down if you get in, but I'm not officially like a officer of any of these clubs, so I'm not going to be the one spreading their links publicly or anything. But if you want to get in on it, send me an email and we'll try to get you in there. I know there's a lot of other clubs all over the country holding meetings, most of them doing it through Zoom. And unfortunately, a lot of those meetings aren't advertised publicly. But if you know of any meetings like this in your area or from clubs in your area that are open to others joining in, please let me know, and I will try to share that information with everybody next month so that more and more people can come in there and join. Paula Bloom's mentioned that the ANA uploaded their webinar classes to YouTube, and they're awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff on YouTube. I know that ANA has a lot of resources, and maybe once we get our guest speaker up here, we'll be able to mention some of that too. I mean, that's part of our presentation tonight is a lot of the stuff you can do from home here too. So that's good to know. And I know also PCGS, if you haven't looked at their YouTube, a lot of it's posted a long time ago, so it might not show up if you just do a quick search. But if you go there, they have a lot of videos on grading and different things too that are pretty good. So there's a lot of stuff on YouTube. And not only that, Paula Bloom was mentioned, and I'm sure she can add some more information on it, is the late Ken Peavy, rest in peace, of course. He ran a YouTube channel and would run Coin Seminar Weekend here on YouTube, where different channels would get together and do educational programs. And I participated in that, I want to say a few months ago. So all those presentations are still up there on YouTube for anyone to watch at any time. So maybe Paula can mention how we can find that or where we go to look for that, other than just searching Coin Seminar Weekend on YouTube, which will probably bring up a lot of them. So, all right. Other than that, we do have our 2021 Red Books in. We mentioned that. So if you really want to reserve a copy of those through the club, we sell them for $10 each, and I'm holding them. But I'm also going to go ahead right now and just type in a link to. Well, I'm going to try to. I had my hands on the wrong part of the keyboard. Link to Amazon. Right there's a list I have on Amazon. If you click on that, the Red Book's there. And I think right now you can actually get the same one we're selling for $10. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can get that for like $8.70 with free shipping. So I didn't want to if you want one now instead of waiting to buy one from the club, you can actually get it cheaper there. And the same thing I think goes with the Mega Red Books. I got those in too, but if I try to ship you one from the club, shipping one of those huge Mega Red Books is just not going to happen. And it's going to be real even at the media mail rate, it's just not. I think you'll be able to get it on Amazon cheaper, and it's hard to compete with Amazon. We all know that. So if you guys have questions on those, you guys can send me emails. You guys know that. Jim Phillips attended the ANA seminar on newsletters today. That's pretty cool. I might have to check that out, Jim Phillips. Very cool. Roy, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. All right, real quick, metal prices. We know that if you've been paying attention to those, they're up quite a bit since our last meeting. Gold's right about $1,800 an ounce. Silver's getting close to $19 an ounce. I think it's $18.78 when it closed today. But it doesn't really matter what the spot price is, it seems, because premiums continue to be much, much higher if you're trying to buy the physical stuff. Premiums are higher than they were normally before the pandemic, and for sure. Remember, we used to be able to get Silver Eagles for just a couple dollars over spot, maybe $3, $4 over spot really easily. Now the going rate seems to be $7 or $8 over the spot price to get them. And believe me, it's not just that the bullion dealers are taking advantage of the situation. There's just a lot of buyers out there at these prices and very few sellers. And the market for the physical stuff just isn't the same as what you see as on the spot prices when you look them up in the online or in the newspaper or wherever you look up your prices. It's just there's a lot of demand, and the dealers have to pay up to get it too. So they're not just overcharging to take advantage. Trust me on that, because I've been looking to buy a lot and sell. So as always, I just want to remind you guys, join the ANA. It's our National Coin Club. All collectors should be supporting that. Plus, they have that great magazine. Not only do you get the magazine monthly, but you can search back in their archives all the way back to the beginning. And it's not just and what's great about it is you just don't pull up a copy of the 1905 copy of Numismatic or the 1940, whatever you're looking for. You can actually search, and it's like all the text is scanned in, and you can actually search for stuff and it pops up. It's not just, not just generic scans. It's really well done. Also, Numismatic Association of Southern California, Greg Burns. I don't know if he's in here tonight, but he's been in here previous nights. He's our editor for that. Real excellent publication of the California Numismatist. If you join that group, you get a copy of that. Plus, you're supporting all the local Southern California clubs and clubs all throughout California, actually. So. And I guess before we finish up the announcements, I just want to point out Walt Ostromecki again. Just want to really thank Walt for helping set up our program for this evening. And with that, does anybody else have any other announcements? Don, do you have any other announcements?
Nope, I do not have any announcements. I'm ready to get into it.
I'll check chat to see if anything pops up and we can bring it up later. But I guess with that, I'm going to go ahead and add our speaker for the night. His name is Douglas Mudd. He's going to be doing a program tonight called Moving Online, Ongoing and New Presentations Available from the ANA Edward G. Rochette Money Museum in Our New Virtual World. Doug is the Curator and Museum Director of the ANA Money Museum, and we're really lucky to have him present to our club. Doug, before you get started with the presentation, are there any announcements you want to make to everyone about ANA or anything else?
Well, you've already spoken about a few of them. Thanks, Mike, by the way. thank you to Walt and Mike for getting me set up on this. This is a great opportunity. It's the kind of stuff I love to be able to do, is talk about the ANA and the things we're doing. But e-learning, the e-learning academy is going on right now. And as some of you have mentioned, you've taken some of the courses. Those courses are online on our website and will be available ongoing into the future. Plus, we've added some programs with that, which will be great opportunities to see, so that we'll have a very interesting program once a month going on at least through the end of the year.
Okay, great. So we're going to go ahead and I'll bring up your screen for, I guess one other announcement I wanted to make quickly is that after we do the presentation, we'll do our show and tell, and then we'll have a live auction to close the meeting. If you wanted to see what the list of the auction items are, those are in the description below. So I'll go ahead and bring up your screen there, Doug, and you're ready to do your presentation. So
great. Thanks, Mike. So what we have tonight is basically, this is going to be focused on the Money Museum. But before we get into it completely, I want to show a few of the resources. If you haven't been on the ANA Museum and the ANA site as a whole, there have been a lot of changes over the last 5 months, basically. There's a bit of a new look, and the navigation, which has always been a little bit of a problem because it's such a huge site, has been improved. So hopefully it's a lot easier to use than it was before. At least that was our goal. We've had some good people working with that. Pete Gensler's basically our webmaster who makes he's responsible for most of the look and feel of how it works. So he's done a great job for us. But with that said, we've got a site now that's similar to what it used to be in that we have a key element, which is this line. If you can see my arrow, can you see my arrow on the screen?
Let's see here. I can't. Well, where are you putting your arrow? I just can't see it. Right now.
Okay, I'm going to just do drop downs and do that.
Oh yeah, I can see it. I can see it now. Yeah, I just was looking at it. So it's there. Yep.
So we have our drop down menus, and it allows you to get to a huge amount of information. We'll be focusing mostly on the Money Museum, but to start with, so with the effects of COVID, the ANA had to shut down in the middle of March. Nobody was allowed to go to the office for about 6 weeks, actually. We are currently still working at about 50. We're allowed to have 50% of the staff in the office with social distancing, and it's created a bit of a problem. A lot of us could work from home, but it was a struggle for some. And the museum was closed to the public from March 13th on because of the Colorado orders for all businesses and all that. We're still not open to the public yet. Hopefully we'll be open in the next few weeks, but that still remains to be seen. As was mentioned earlier, the numbers are starting to go up again in all the states around Colorado for certain, and more slowly in Colorado and Colorado Springs in particular, but still they're going up a little bit. So a spike is in process, and hopefully we can mitigate that. Anyway, to move forward, the ANA has had a lot of different programs that have been on the web for a few years, but they haven't been well known. There's been our video programs. The museum in particular has had exhibits up for the last 10 years, but in the last 4 years, well, 5 years in particular, we've been exponentially increasing them. And I'd like to be able to focus on some of that as we go forward here. But to start out with, we'll look at the resources, and there are a ton of things that have been added by our education department that allow beginning collectors to get more information about how to get started, for example, where you can go in and click on different programs. There's Coin Collecting 101, and then there's basic informational things, parts of a coin, treasures in your pocket, the kinds of things you can look for. There's coin collecting videos. Some of these are very good. you should take a look if you get a chance. They're all fairly short, so you're not talking about half an hour. You're talking about 5 to 10 minutes for these, so it's well worth your time if you get a chance. We have, as always, I'm not sure how many young numismatists you have in your club there, but we have a lot of programs for young numismatists, our YNs, and that information can be found here under the resources for young numismatists. Coins for A's in particular is a really popular program. If you get 3 A's in a grading period, you can earn a coin as a YN, which is a neat project. And then there's activities that you can do, which are very, many of them are very popular. When you go forward, we've got the coin dealer directory where you can find dealers in your area. This is more important for our beginning members and starting collectors, but it's something that can be useful to the more experienced collectors as well. If you're traveling anywhere in the country and for some reason you have to get to a shop, you can locate somebody in most cities by going through our dealer directory. And for those of you that are educators, one of the neat features is the teacher tools, which allow you to get access to different programs there's lesson plans, there's all sorts of interesting activities that can be done that are adapted for use by teachers in the classroom. So it's well worth seeing if you get a chance for that. Now, we were talking about the e-learning academy. That's a brand new thing. It was put online. Well, the impetus was the fact that summer seminar had to be canceled this year. And so as a replacement for it, but not to replace summer seminar, but as something to do while you would have normally been doing summer seminar, we put the word out that we were looking for instructors. First off, the instructors that would have been teaching in summer seminar, to see who was willing to actually do some of the programs. And it turned out we had a great response. So we've been doing that for the last week and a half now, and it's been very successful. What's been great is that we've been doing these as 2-hour sessions, and using Zoom, we were able to get up to 500 people sign up for most of the classes, and we've had something like 250 to 390 people attend each of the classes as they've gone forward. At least those were the numbers I last heard. So it's been a really successful program. We hope that we'll be able to expand on that more. And as I said earlier, we'll be doing individual programs over the next few months till December. And at that point, we'll create a more permanent plan for how to move forward. Let's see. On the community side, we've added some other things. I don't know how many of you are involved in the ANA blog or that member blog. They're great places to just talk about ANA events and other things that might be of interest that are ANA focused. We've added something brand new, the 2 Bits podcast, which features myself and Mitch Sanders talking about some basically numismatics and collecting, and covering topics from Morgan dollars to the ANA collection to what it's like to be living in a COVID world and trying to get our hobby needs met, with meetings like this and by doing online auctions, that kind of thing. So it's a fun, different thing that we haven't done before. As we go forward, there's the Numismatist Archives. If you haven't ever used the Numismatist Archives, it's a wonderful resource. It allows you to get into all sorts of different older issues, there's a new search feature that allows you to find things much more easily than just as it was a couple of years ago. And it gives you more information about what's going on with them. We also have our library online. So the library catalog is available, and currently the library is closed, and due to the COVID, they haven't been able to lend books out. If you do have books, I'm sure you've seen the emails. Basically, you're extended until we can get the library back running, which is a little difficult. Unfortunately, both people that are working in the library are at high risk for COVID, so they are unable to come to work because of their situation. So it's made things a little bit more difficult. With that, I will start talking about the Money Museum. So one of the things, if you click on Money Museum, you get to a page that shows essentially all of the museum-related programs, anything from how to come to the museum and what times we're open to the different exhibits. It's a very rich page, and it allows you to see just what's been going on. One of the things that I've been doing as curator is I've been very interested in the web since about 1996. I was working at the Smithsonian at the time, and when I saw what was going on at that time and realized, wait a minute, coins, they're small objects. We do exhibits with coins, and it's always a problem trying to highlight coins and make them look good in a case where people are separated from the object by at least 6 inches, often up to 2 or 3 feet. And these things are small. And if you're like me, I'm in my late 50s now. My eyes, I don't normally wear glasses, but I need to wear them now to see dates on pennies and things like that. It's hard to see the coins. So the web, it occurred to me, was an ideal venue for showing coins. When you can show something small and blow it up big on a screen, it seems to make a lot of sense to me. It's different than most museum objects. For example, if you have a car or a train, it doesn't really make as much sense. When you can see it in real life, it's gigantic and you get to see all the details. When you put that on a screen, unless you happen to have a 10-foot screen, you're going to lose a lot of detail when you look at something big like that. So for our hobby in particular, images and the computer, the web has been a great boon. And so I've worked on that kind of thing off and on since 1998, when I put the first few pages up for the National Numismatic Collection. So with that said, my goal has been to try to make sure that whenever we do exhibits, we have to record all the objects used in the exhibits, and we also use digital formats, Word and all that, to create the labels, to create the text. It's not that big a stretch to convert that information into a web program of some sort. The biggest problem was getting the resources and getting the time to put all this together. And what's happened is, in the last 7 years, we've changed quite a bit. We've gotten more support for our web programming, and that's allowed for the addition of exhibits in a virtual form. So one area you can go to is the virtual exhibits. This has all of the online exhibits that the museum has produced over the last few years. There are 2 versions of each of the exhibits. Basically, there's a virtual exhibit that's a flat, what I call a flat sort of file. So we have our exhibit that we took down just about a year and 3 months ago, Trenches to Treaties, World War I in Remembrance. That was a large exhibit that covered our full upper floor exhibit area. So it featured the history of World War I as seen through coins, metals, and paper currency. As you look through the exhibit, you can read the basic introduction, and then as you click through each of the cases, you get an idea of what that case looked like exactly. So you can view it two ways. There's the text like this, and then you see the deck. You can view the introduction panel as it appeared in the actual exhibit. And then when you go to the panels, you've got our cards, which are our label cards, which often have text that adds to the information that was available. So this is about the Deutschland submarine, which was an interesting case because up until I began doing research for the World War I exhibit, I hadn't realized there was such a thing as a merchant submarine. Well, the Germans built merchant submarines during World War I in order to break through the Allied blockade, and they actually successfully had one, the Deutschland, that got to the United States twice and was successful in bringing trade items to the U.S. and returning them to Germany. And so when you get onto a case like this, you can click on each of the objects. When you do, you end up with an enlarged view of what the object was, along with a label explaining what the piece was. This is something that I was very excited to be able to do because for the first time, we had a format that allowed us to show what an exhibit looks like on the web in a way that, not too many people were doing, and in a way that allows you to see the objects better than you can in real life in many cases, just because these are relatively small objects. Now, when you go back, you can then go through all the other cases. Now, this is a great way to view all the objects that appeared in the exhibit, but it doesn't really give you the experience of visiting the exhibit itself in a virtual way. It shows you the information, it gives you all that. So my goal has been since basically 2002. It's an interesting story. I was involved in a project with the Smithsonian to work with the Saudi National Museum, where they had myself and the Smithsonian webmaster at the time fly out to Saudi Arabia to look at some of the coins in their collection, and we were working on how to digitize them and create basically an exhibit with them that would highlight the coins that came into Saudi Arabia as part of the Hajj, the pilgrimage that the Muslims do to Mecca. And we worked through that, and as we were doing that, the Smithsonian webmaster, Mike Tuttle, was very into doing 360 web camera, 360 view shots, so panoramas where you could actually turn the camera through 360 degrees from one spot and see everything around. Today, you see that all the time when you look at real estate websites when they're showing rooms and houses. At that time, it was pretty new, and one of the things that occurred to me was, well, geez, if we can see that, if you're in a museum, and we did this in the museum there, you can get close-up images of the cases, and if you can get close-up images of the cases, you can show stuff like what we have here with these virtual exhibits. Long story short, it took a long time before that ability became something that we could actually realize in the museum. I started at the American Numismatic Association in 2004, and we had a few attempts to do something with this, and we got nowhere. It was either too expensive or not enough support. So what we ended up doing finally was we found a program, and what it allows us to do is create, let's see where the page is here. Let's go back to the top. 360-degree virtual tours. So for the first time, this is not the first time that any museum's done this, but we have combined something that allows us to go through the museum. So here's the Money of Empire, the current exhibit. We just put this up a few weeks ago, and we can explore the exhibit as it actually appears. What's neat about this program, it actually creates a layout for the exhibit exactly as it is, as you photograph with this special camera they have. So what happens is you can now walk through the exhibit, and when you click here for anything that has a target, you can see that panel in this case, or whatever it is you clicked on, right there, be able to read it, do all the stuff you need to do. I'm realizing that I am leaving lots of tabs open here. I better close some of these before we go too far. But it allows you to move along. As you move along, you can follow these circles and go to different cases, such as this. One of the fun things I like with this, I'm always into military history, so coinage of the English Civil Wars allows you to see the coinage of English Civil War cases. It's just exactly like the virtual exhibit cases, but now you can actually experience walking through in a virtual world the exhibit, see what it looks like, and then see each of the objects just like that. So it's a really cool feature that we've been able to add. We did it first for the World War I exhibit, and let's go back here. Oops. So when we go to the World War I exhibit, we can do a virtual tour of the whole museum. One of the things that's interesting about this is it records the museum as it was at each time that we did this. It turns out that our lobby area now looks significantly different. This is the old lobby that was there for approximately 25 years in this appearance. But it's a fun way to come and see the exhibits and see stuff that if you don't get a chance to go out to Colorado Springs, you can actually see sort of in person. What's really nice about this is if you use virtual goggles, you can do this as a virtual tour using the goggles that are now becoming more and more common. And so you can come in and see all the kinds of things that you would want to see when you wander in a museum. It allows you to see things like the Harry Bass collection. There's a Harry Bass website. So you get to see all of the amazing coins that are in there. And let's go back. Does it do that? Nope. Get some of these pages. Now, so that's one of the biggest things that we've done that's made a big difference. And now with COVID-19 and the focus on trying to do work away from the museum, we've been able to focus more on creating more of these virtual exhibits, and it's made a big difference. So the podcast has appeared. We've added to our other normal programs so that there's more and more information that didn't exist before. We have our mini mint, and we have a mini mint video. We've got various videos that are buried in here as well for the various exhibits. One of the fun things is with the virtual tours, we've added a number of features, including a theater where you can, and now on the website you can actually see the videos from the theater. by just clicking through and getting to it. Now, other things that are in the museum is we've got our Tales from the Vault, and just a second there, I seem to have lost the link for that one. Let's see if it's here. So you can see just how many possible things there are to look at here. It's the kind of site that if you spend the time, you can find a lot of things that you never expected to see. So, numismatic estate guide, the buying and selling bullion coins, some information about that, consumer awareness, all sorts of great material that unless you spend the time, you're never going to see. So this is why something like this is a great way to expand people's knowledge of what's available with the ANA. With that, I think I have covered most of the things. If there's any questions, I can't answer the chat stuff. I'm not logged in, but I'm willing to answer questions that are passed on to me by Mike or however.
Well, definitely, Doug. I mean, really, thanks for that. I mean, showing off some of that stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff there that, I've looked at it before and I didn't realize all that was quite there to the way you guys presented it. So that's real cool. I'm looking forward to trying that one with my VR headset. That'll be kind of fun to see.
Yeah, that is a fun experience. And we are adding more to that kind of thing. One of the things that specifically because of the COVID, I was able to spend a little bit of extra time to dig up one of the exhibits we had in the past, which was a fabulous exhibit because of the quality of the collection that was involved. The collection was on loan to us, and we created an exhibit on the known as Coins, Crowns, and Conflict. It was about the English Civil War, and we had one of the world-class collections of English Civil War material on display. And so everything was photographed, and we had all the information, so why not revive it as an online virtual exhibit?
I just put up a comment there from Phil Iverson. It says the Bass Collection's the best mind-blowing exhibit at the ANA headquarters, either in person or online. Wow.
Yeah, it's an amazing collection, and seeing it live is unbelievable just because some of the pieces you can't see anywhere else. The $3 collection is unique simply because we've got the unique piece, the 1870S $3 piece, and then there's other pieces in there that are just super rare, and you don't get a chance to see all of them together. So it's pretty neat.
And then Walt there is saying cool and very informative educational program from Walt Osterbecke. So very cool. One question that did come in, I guess one just right now, was Aunt Orta in chat wanted to know about the YN auction, if there's any news or updates on that you're aware of.
Actually, I am not. Because of the problems with COVID, there's usually the annual auction where we have everything photographed and all that. I'm not sure what the status of that is. There was some work done on it. We still have our monthly auctions, but those are a much smaller deal. The problem with the big auction is that it took basically 4 people to run and a lot of prep time, and without people being able to be at work, it really slowed things down. I think there are plans to do it later in the year. I'm just not up on that right now.
And then Silver Nitrate was asking earlier in chat, I think you touched on it. He was just asking when the ANA library will reopen, and I guess you said it's just more about getting their staff and being able to be in there safely. And
yeah, that is the problem. Basically, in a situation like that where both people that are in the library staff are at high risk until we can get more clarification. Basically, we're hoping that a vaccine or something like that will come along soon enough, or things will change enough so it becomes, very, very safe before they come on. I mean, the last thing we want to do is put any of our staff at risk, especially those that are already at a higher level of risk.
Yeah. Well, that's very cool. And I'm pretty sure this was right, but you don't even have to be an ANA member to access all these resources, even though we do urge everyone to become ANA members, but it seems this is all open to anyone, correct?
Currently, all of them are open. All of it's open. I believe all the parts of it are open. Normally, there are sections that are closed to non-members, but since late March, beginning of April, we've had it opened to everyone as a part of what's going on with COVID. So it was I think the right thing to do, just to try to help the hobby, help us as collectors get through all of this mess.
Okay. Well, yeah, I really like the way you guys do those virtual exhibits. Not just the ones where you show off like as if you're in there, but the ones where you just like focus down on a case and you're able to click on each things. I mean, I can just envision that being done for like all the collectors exhibits at the big shows someday, and that would just be great to be able to almost feel like digging into the exhibits. I know it would take a lot of work, but someday, I mean, that'd be great.
Yeah, we do actually have some of. Let's see, we did do that for a few of the shows where we had the Howland Wood award winner turned into a virtual exhibit. The problem was that it's a matter of timing. When you're at a show, everybody's working very hard to do the normal jobs. And short of sending our photographer out to their home after the show or having their coins sent to us to photograph, we were literally, myself and the photographer, spending about 3 to 5 hours after 10 p.m. on Friday night to try to get this together. And that was just to get the information.
Right.
So it turned out not to be practical, and so we had to stop that. But it's possible that we might be able to do more in the future. One of the ideas that's being discussed, we can't figure it out just yet, timing and personnel wise, is to use the camera that we use for the virtual tours in the museum. If we can get a time when everything is available and nobody is walking through the exhibit area, which unfortunately means late at night, we might be able to do something like that.
That would be really cool for people that can't make it to the shows. Yeah,
absolutely. It would be a really neat feature,
or just to preserve all that for so you can check out years in the future, go back and look at it. Right.
Oh yeah, because as you know, if you've ever been to one of our shows, the collector exhibit area has some amazing exhibits.
Well, that's one of the things that'd be great, even if you do go to the show, because me as a part-time coin dealer as well, I go to the collector exhibit and I want to spend hours and hours looking at them all and reading every little thing. But I feel like if I do that, then I'm missing out with the rest of the show. But if I knew that was available later, that'd be awesome. But, yeah.
Well, that could be a problem if we don't have anybody walking through the collector exhibits.
Well, I know that too, but
no, I mean that would be a good problem to have. But it has been a criticism. There's always been a bit of a push from some element of the dealer population. This isn't a criticism. It makes sense from their standpoint. But when you have such a large portion of the Bourse floor that's taken up by collector exhibits, and if nobody's using them, that becomes a concern. And I think everybody realizes that the ANA is primarily an education focused organization, and so we try to make sure that is our primary. We've got the congressional charter and all that, so we try to make sure we live up to those elements of it.
Well, very cool. Well, again, I want to thank you for doing the presentation. And again, I don't know if you noticed already, but we got one of these right here. This is our 2019 Glendale Coin Club medal. It has the 1925 California Bear design from the commemorative. And these are done by Dan Carr to Moonlight Mint. And this is the design from the HK12 so-called dollar. And this is coming to you. So I'm just going to need to get your address information. We have these made up and we give them to people that speak for our club. So I'll have to get that from you, and we'll drop this in the mail just as a token of our thanks to you. So
thank you very much. Dan Carr does great work, and I've always loved the California Bear. It's a great design.
Yeah, he's done really good with our medals. We started having him do our medals in 2014, and he's done really well for us. And we have some others here to give away, so I'm sure Don has got your name in the barrel too. Maybe you'll even win one of those. You never know. But so I guess with that, I mean, I didn't see any other questions for you. See a lot of people saying thanks and great presentation. And I guess later on, you can always watch this back on YouTube and see the chat if you want. Let's see. And did you have anything for show and tell this evening that you wanted? Because we're going to get right into show and tell. And I said if you had something, you could do it. You're not required to, but.
Well, let's see. No, I don't really.
Okay.
I was working on something interesting. The latest museum column, which is going to be on Franco-American jetons, but I have one of my own. I always do it on the museum objects, but I think I put it away. So, no, I'm not prepared. Sorry.
No problem. Well, again, thanks for doing the presentation, and again, thanks to Walt for helping us get hooked up with you.
Thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure.
All right. Well, thanks again, Doug. Appreciate it. And then I guess next we'll get into the rest of the show and tell, and I'll bring up, looks like Edward. Hopefully you're ready. I'm going to bring you up here so you can start us out. So Edward up here. Edward, you're muted. You got to unmute yourself. Unless I muted you. Did I? No.
I don't think I have my show and tell prepared. Sorry.
There you go.
I'll get back to you. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. No problem.
Okay.
We'll just leave you for now, and then I'll go on to the next one here. So next up, we got show and tell that came in from Bob Thompson. So let me bring that up in just a second here. So you got to just bear with me. I'll got to get that ready to share for you all. And that means I got to share my screen. All right, this is from Bob Thompson, also known as Bobcat. He sent this item in here. He says, Mike, my show and tell is entitled Found in a Coinstar Machine. The haul is included. And this is one image, and then he's got this image here too. So what he has in these two images are 7 good for tokens, 7 foreign coins, and a U.S. $quarter. And he says, except for the Philippines coin, can anyone identify which country the foreign coins are from? And he just wanted to thank us for doing this format and having everybody be able to get together during these trying times. So looks like this one has most of the good for tokens in the quarter. And we'll go back to the other image he had here. And then there's Philippines. I know that one for sure. Does anybody, I guess, take a look at these images here? And if anybody can identify the others, you can mention them in chat or let Bobcat know. And I have a feeling he knows what they are already, and he's probably just trying to test us. I mean, this kind of looks like Thailand to me. That would be my guess, just the way the writing is, maybe, or somewhere over there, maybe Cambodia, or I don't know the rest of them offhand, but maybe you guys can help out Bobcat. So, and then after this, we got show and tell from Albertus, and let me see if I can bring that one right up. This is from Albertus Hugavine. He says he's attaching a World War II savings bond, Series E, which was never redeemed. This is his most recent acquisition to his numismatic hobby. Albertus says he lived through World War II and remembers the parades that were held on the main drag through town on the street that he lived. He was aware of the bonds, but had never seen one. He remembers them drilling holes on the street to make sure they would take the weight of the military equipment, which would travel down the street. Roads were well built in those days, so there was no problem. The plugs were 4 inches in diameter and the thickness of concrete. That's pretty interesting. All right. After that, so thanks, Albertus, for sending that in for us. Next up, I got show and tell that was submitted by Dennis Berry. So let's take a look at this and see what Dennis has to say about this. So we got attached 3 different casino tokens that he's using for show and tell tonight. and says there's 3 different casino strikes. These happen to be older clad strikes. You can see one from a cruise ship, Norwegian Cruise Lines. I believe that's the one we're looking at right here. And it's got sunken treasure. It says 999 silver, but he says they're clad, so maybe he can explain that in the chat. The next one here, he says, is from the Delta Saloon in Virginia City, Nevada. And then there's the last one, which let me get through the pictures here. The last one is from Planet Hollywood in Las Vegas. He says these are fun to collect along with coin collecting, makes for a fun side collection. If you like these, they're also for sale along with many other clad and 999 silver casino strikes. Go ahead and email him. And so if you need his email, if you're interested in some stuff like this, let me know. And this one here, Dennis, I mean, I always thought when they had the letter S on them, that meant that those were silver. But maybe, like you said, with that same die, maybe they threw some clad ones in there. So, and then there's the other side of the Planet Hollywood one. So thank you for that, Dennis. And let me see. I think next up for show and tell, I was going to do show and tell. So let me go ahead and close some of these extra windows I got open so I can see what I'm doing here. All right, my show and tell is this little item, right? And actually, I'll try to make my screen bigger just so we can see it. There we go. Is this little item right here. And what we have here is a 999 fine silver toilet. And I got this for free. I won this. There was another YouTube channel named Found It Buried, and they were doing a giveaway. And as part of that giveaway, another channel, Redneck Stacker, and Redneck Metals. This is his information right here that came with it. He donated as part of that. He does silver pours, and it's a 1.8 ounce silver pour that he did for this. So that's his information, and I got lucky and won the giveaway prize. And it's marked there on the back. It says 1.8, and then at the bottom it's O, Z, and T for ounces Troy. So I don't know, just something interesting, and I was really surprised to get lucky and win that giveaway, and I thought some of you guys would like to see that here. So there's that. Yeah, Redneck Metals has a channel here on YouTube, if you guys aren't familiar with it, where you can actually watch him doing a lot of the pours live, and he does a really good job with all of those. All right, next up, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. We got one that came in from John Samarin. Let me go ahead and bring that up to share. So this is what he got here, and I got to get what he said to read about it. So show and tell. On June 30th, he was roll hunting, and I got the wrong picture up here first. I got to go to this one. On June 30th, he was roll hunting 3 rolls and found a War in the Pacific W quarter, the only 2019 quarter in the roll. And that quarter has been circulating a while. So there it is there. And, of course, hiding my arrows. And I guess there it is right there with this one with the W. So, and then the other one he saw was this other one I got here. On July 3rd, he got a COVID-19 W back quarter to 2020 American Samoa National Park. He got this one in change, he says, and that has the V75 privy mark and the W mint mark. And let me go back to his other image. And then he says, so after looking for a year, he finally found some W quarters. It only took a coin shortage for it to happen. On July 9th, he went to Chase Bank by his work, and there was a 1 roll limit on quarters now. So you can't even get a box of quarters. You get 1 roll per person. So anyway, thank you for sharing that, John. Next up, we got show and tell from Phil Iverson. So let me bring that up. This is Phil's show and tell. And we saw Phil in the chat here. And what he got here is a worthless Zippo United States of America. I guess it's not even a dollar bill. It's just a 0 bill. I don't even know what you'd say about it. But he sent this in because he says it's a novelty item that he hopes never becomes a reality. So there it is, the 0, and it's got the eye with the tear there. So really interesting piece. And then here's the other side. $0. So thank you for sending that in, Phil. All right. So I guess with that, Don Barry, are you ready to do show and tell?
I am.
So let me go ahead and pull you up there, and it's your turn.
All right. Like some others, I collect Morgans, and recently at the coin store, this one walked into the shop, and I happened to need an 1894 from Philadelphia, so I picked it up. It didn't even get a chance to get in the case, though. So that's it. I'm easy.
Very good, Don. That's a nice one there. And again, if you guys don't know what coin shop he's talking about, I'm going to put in the chat here. Coin shop is the tag, and the Nightbot will tell you that he works at Coins Plus, and they got an eBay. You guys are familiar with them up in Newhall, and that's where Don's been working up there. And so he's getting all the good deals before we have a chance, I guess. So good for him. All right, Don. I guess that's all I have for the show and tell. And actually, Edward, are you ready? If you're ready to do show and tell, I can add you back in.
I'm gonna wait till next time.
You're gonna wait till next time?
Yeah, I'm not organized. I came like running in from work, and I'm not organized. Sorry about that.
All right. Well, Well, we'll try next time, and hope all's well with you. And
good.
Again, very good.
I made it, so all's good.
All right. We'll see you at show and tell next time, Ed. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, guys.
Yep. All right. And again, if anybody wants to do show and tell for the next meeting, because I'm pretty sure we're going to be meeting like this in August, you don't have to wait until just the day before. I know sometimes I don't get the newsletter, or I guess if I email, it's not even a newsletter anymore, but I don't kind of get that out until the last minute sometimes. So if you guys want to go ahead and email that to me anytime during the month, we can have that ready to go. So with that, everybody, last chance to get in for the raffle. Again, I'm not going to give away my silver toilet. Let me get that out of the way. We got these 5 prizes here for free giveaways tonight. And then we're also going to go into a live auction. Remember, the auction items are listed in the description below. We got 15 auction items, all of them starting at $1. So, Don, you pretty much ready to go for the raffle?
I'm ready.
Not even a raffle.
Sure. So. Yep. Hold on. Let me get the little thingy set
I think
up.
we've given people enough time to make sure they're in. And you're pretty confident you got everybody in there?
I've been watching the whole time. I think so.
Z Rich Coins wants to know, how does he get in? Is he in there?
Who?
Z Rich Coins.
Yes, he's in.
Z Rich, you're in there.
Yep, absolutely.
All during the show, as long as people have been typing, Don has been writing down on little tickets people's channel names.
Yep.
So as long as you've said something during the stream, you're in here. So this first one that Don's going to pick is for the 1964 Swiss 2 francs. Beautiful uncirculated silver coin in one of these colorful 2x2s that I know Don really likes.
I do like those, actually. Yep.
And these are 835 fine silver and really pretty coins. So who wins this one?
I am Rosebud 2.
So let me write that down so I remember this. I am Rosebud 2. Well, congratulations, I am Rosebud 2. Remember, you just got to claim your prize within 7 days. Otherwise, we might give it away next month. And then this is going to be for the 2016 Copper Glendale Coin Club medal. This one was won last month by Greg Berkovitz. And Greg goes, donate that right back for next month. So it's right back here for next month. So who's winning it this month?
This month is Steve Sussman.
Steve Sussman, congratulations. Again, if you win a prize tonight, go ahead and send me an email. Also later when we do the auction, if you win any auction items, please send me an email and then I can get you an invoice for auction items too. So. Next up is a giveaway for one of our 2018 Dan Carr Overstrikes. We didn't have a medal made for 2018 because it was just he was busy and it was too expensive to make a separate die. So we took these 2018 Barber Zombucks. So if you look real closely there, it's a barber head design on a copper round. And he took our die that he had already done and stamped right over those for us. So they came out pretty cool. And that goes to, you want to say that one, Don?
NCFXSTI.
It's NCFXSTI. And as who is it? Penny Dog says, the more you say it, the easier it gets. NCFXSTI. Thank you very much for getting in on that, NCF. And it's funny because NCF actually reached out in one of our last club meetings saying, really loves our medals and wants to know about how to get some of the older ones. Well, there's one off your list right there, NCF. You don't have to buy this one from me now. All right, congratulations. Next up, 2019 Copper Glendale Coin Club medal by Dan Carr with the Pacific Railway reverse. Very awesome job he did on these. And that's going to Mr. Garrett M.
Yep.
And Garrett M just talked in chat, so I'm sure you'll be claiming that prize. Exclamation point email if you don't know the email. Very easy to claim. No charge on shipping for these. The club covers that. These are free giveaways, no cost to get in. And last up is one of our 2019 silver, 1 ounce silver. And these go for big bucks on eBay too, so this is a good prize. So who's the lucky winner? Hector's Inputs and Coins. Very cool. Congratulations,
cool.
Hector. I know Hector's been hanging out.
Yes, he has.
Actually, everyone should have been here at least one point because that's how you got their names in there.
Well, yeah.
All right. Very, very cool. Well, thanks for that, Don. Thanks for helping with those.
Problem.
Keep track of that. Again,
Oh, yeah.
I'll go ahead and put it in here in the chat, I guess. Exclamation point email. So there you go. Winners of those prizes need to email me the claim, and we'll get those out sometime. I won't get them out tomorrow. I can promise you that. Probably won't even get them out Monday, but I'll get them out. It's a tax deadline, July 15th, and I do a lot of tax work. So I'm getting things done as I can get them done is kind of how that's working. So we did our giveaways, and I guess next up is we're going to do an auction. So as you can see down in the description below, we got 15 items coming up. Anyone who wants to can bid. Just don't bid unless you're serious and you're going to pay for it. I mean, we haven't had problems in the past. I don't need anybody to pre-register. What you'll do is you'll send me an email just so I know unless you know I have your information. Just send me an email after, and you win anything. Then I can prepare a PayPal invoice for you to pay. No matter what you win, whether it's one item or if you win all 15 items, shipping's going to be $5 flat charge. On some of the smaller items, the club's going to make $1 off of you. On some of the bigger items, we might lose $1 or $2, but it evens out. It's just easy to charge everybody $5 flat across the board. I'm going to go ahead and put a few things into the chat here just to make sure you guys know. Like, for example, make sure you guys are live. Make sure the red dot is on in YouTube window, making live. Make sure that you're watching live, and make sure that your chat is set to live chat. I guess I'll also put this in here. Make sure you email me afterwards to get your YouTube invoice. And I'll put this in here about payments, just so you guys have the information in case you're not hearing me or you're delayed. Payments made by PayPal goods and services after you receive an invoice, shipping of $5 will be added. And as we've done before, there might be a delay in what you hear me saying on the screen versus what you see in the chat. What happens in the chat is going to rule. So if I say 3, 2, 1 sold, I might say that aloud, but it might have already happened 20 seconds ago for you, depending on where you're at or what kind of connection. So if you're bidding on something and want to try to win, pay attention to the chat. If it's real close, like someone bids and it comes in right before, what you see in your chat might be different on my screen because there is some delay in what happens. If it's really close or if there's any disputes or anything, I can always pull up what happens on my screen. Can only really go by what happens on my screen because I can't see your screen. So with that said, hopefully some of you are ready for an auction because we're going to start selling. Remember, this auction, all of these items are owned by Glendale Coin Club, and so all the proceeds go to Glendale Coin Club. So with that said, Don, do you need to be on screen for anything you think, or do you want me to go full screen?
No, go full screen so everyone can see the coins. Come on now.
You can't see that little tiny sixpence?
I can, but I'm on a 32-inch screen, so.
Okay, well then I'll go full screen there.
Yeah.
All right, so this first one is a 1906 Great Britain sixpence. And of course it's not going to focus when I want it to. There we go. And they go this way. Okay. It's probably a nice find, the VF condition. I don't know. But yeah, we're starting at $1. And someone had written on this flip $12. I did not write that, so I don't know if that's a good price nowadays. or if that was a good price 10 years ago, or if that's way high retail price. I don't know, but it's a nice Great Britain 1906 sixpence. And Don wants it. He's leading at $4. Garrett, since you won something, will there be shipping for the auction? I guess if you just won something like this where it's not going to make any difference in the charge, no. You could still win, and you're getting something shipped for free anyway. But if you win a bunch of stuff and it makes the package go up in value, then yeah, I'm going to make you pay a couple bucks. But we'll be real fair about it, Garrett. Gibby at $5. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, I didn't look this one up at all. I'm pretty sure it's 925 silver, like a lot of the earlier British stuff. I keep wanting to flip it like a U.S. coin. SoCal is out. Gibby is at $5. And we're not going to spend tons of time on each one of these because, I don't think we need to, but we got a bid of $5. Any other interest? And then you'll see how this works. I'm going to start counting it down in chat. I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, and then by the time I type in sold, it's over. So you guys have warning. Any other bids, you better get them in right now. Sold to Gibby's Treasures for $5. Let me write that down. Perfect. So that was lot number 1. And then you'll have to just give me a second. This here is lot number 2. And then I got to copy and paste that information in so you know what we're bidding on. Hi there, Cyclone. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Next up, we got lot number 2 at the 2014 Australian War in the Pacific half-ounce silver coin. There you see it's got the battleship, and in the background you got part of the Australian flag, and then you got our stars and stripes. War in the Pacific, 1941 to 45, Battle of the Coral Sea, Queen Elizabeth II, Australia, and this is 3 nines fine, half-ounce silver. Real nice piece. Dennis Berry's up to $11. These are real popular, real cool coins. And this is fresh out of a mint roll. I bought a full mint roll from one of our club members back at one of the last coin shows we could actually attend in person. And they're fresh out of a roll right into a 2x2. And I could only fit it in the dollar size because I think these were slightly bigger than the $half size. So we got Dennis Berry at $11. Oh, Gibby says that'll be great for the treasure hunt. Well, very cool. Very cool. Dennis at $11. I'm going to go ahead and start counting it down. Dennis wants me to type it in faster, so he wins it. But I'm giving you guys all a chance to bid. Sold to Dennis Berry for $11. Thank you very much. That was lot number 2. Lot number 3 is another one of these. If you did not win it in the giveaway, you have a chance to buy it right now. Yippee. Lot number 3. Again, this is the 1964 Swiss 2 franc silver coin. It's 0.835 fine, and this is a high grade, really nice example. And again, in a nice colorful 2x2. Just real flashy. Tons of cartwheel luster. Just look at that thing. Beautiful coin. Again, this was marked, I bought this out of a collection. It's marked 12, 15, 90, $14.70. So 30 years ago, it looks like someone either valued it or maybe paid $14.70 for this coin. So really nice example. And Majestic's up to $10. Thanks for all the bids. I saw Cyclone and SoCal and NFC bidding. $10 to Majestic, and we're going to go ahead and start counting it down soon. Yeah, these things in the world coin books, they book for quite a bit higher, like even in MS63 condition. And when you look at this, that's way better than MS63. You don't get cartwheel luster and fields like that on an MS63. So 30 years ago, I know, Edward, making me feel old. Majestic at $10. I'm going to go ahead and count it down. I think he's getting a deal. Oh, you know what? NCF came in just earlier. So NCF is winning at 12. Sorry about that. And I can show that on my screen if you guys need me to, but I think you guys can see that maybe on your own. NCF got in. And I almost had it, Majestic. I wasn't doing that on purpose. I just couldn't get your darn name to tag there. I couldn't spell it right for some reason. But NCF is leading at $12 right now, Majestic. So if you want to get back in, even though I said sold, it came in a little bit quicker. So you came back at 13. NCF sniping, making me work for it tonight. I know. I'll go ahead and start counting it down again. Again, if anybody wants me to show the screen to show what happened, I can do that. And that time you got it, Majestic. That time you got it. So Majestic, $13. Thank you very much. And I believe we had one of these in last month's auction, and he got that. So he's building a collection of them. This is a fun one here. Let me paste in the information. Again, thanks for all the bids, even the snipers. Even the snipers. That's fine. This is the 2019 W proof Lincoln set that you only got with the proof sets last year. This is an interesting piece for a couple reasons, in my opinion. Not only, it's not the first cent struck at the West Point Mint, but it's the first one with the W mint mark. And it's just a nice proof in the original holder still. And is that holder open? No, that's sealed. That's just the way it comes. So it's in the original holder. So it's cool for that. And this was an add-on to the sets they did. But it's also an interesting piece because this is the first time I'm aware of that the mint screwed up and actually called it a penny instead of a cent. So they actually put in print this is a penny, even though that's wrong. So for the previous 200 some years, it's always been a cent at the U.S. Mint, but whoever wrote that up obviously was not a coin collector. So we got NCF at $9 on this one. SoCal saying he's Team Penny now because the mint said it, right? Mission get rich at 10. NCF's going to come right back and say, nope, it's cent. We know it's cent. David Schwager, how you doing? But yeah, this is the first time. And as soon as they came out with these, I noticed that immediately right in the envelope. They put the P word right on the folder. I'm like, are you kidding me? For how many years have I been telling people at the coin clubs, well, there are no pennies, it's cents. And they put West Point penny there. They put it on the card. So whoever came up with this really dropped the ball and hurt all the coin collectors out there. All right, we had Mission get rich at 10. NCF comes right up at 15, beating out Cyclones 11. NCF XSTI at $15. Garrett, NCF's at 15 already. And I'm going to go ahead and count it down. Sold to NCF XSTI at $15. And let me go ahead and put this penny back in its folder. There you go. Thank you very much, NCF. Next up is lot number 5. And there's the information on that. This is a 1966 Ireland 10 shillings coin. Here's the information on the flip. This was on there when I got it, 0.833 fineness. I didn't look up to confirm all that. I did look up in my book, though. Someone had written $25 on this. I looked it up in the book, and it's $42.50 in MS60, $46 in MS63. Now, I think those prices are high, but that's what it has in the world coin books. And so, but it's just a nice, flashy, uncirculated example. $1966 Ireland, 10 shillings, uncirculated. We got Mad Stacker up to $15. After some furious bidding there, it looks like. NCF comes right up at 20. Mad Stacker, does the hat add extra to the bid at all? I don't know. Very fun, very fun. NCF at $20 for the Irish silver, 1966. And we'll count it down. sold NCF XSTI at $20. Thank you very much. You guys might have seen Nightbot mention, and also that both Don Barry, SoCal Box Breaks, and myself have giveaways going on our channels. Don is giving away an 1883 Hawaiian quarter, and I'm giving away an 1883 Hawaiian dime. Both of them in celebration of his getting up over 750 subscribers. Now I think he's up over 850, but there's still, you got until July 20th to get in for a chance at those. So Nightbot's been putting links in there. If you can't find those links, just go to each of our channels and you'll see the videos on those. So this here's the 1960 proof set still in the holder. You got the proof Franklin half, the proof Washington quarter, and the proof Roosevelt dime. The proof Roosevelt dime, let me see if it has it might have a little spot of something on Roosevelt's head. Because when I bounce it around, the spot stays on there. It's not on the plastic. Those three are 90% silver. And then you got the cent and the nickel. All the coins look pretty nice. The dime, it does have that little spot on it. That's about all I can notice there. And these look so much better when you cut them out of the plastic, though I'm not going to cut it for you. You do that when you get it at home. So we got SoCal at 18, Z-Rich at $19. Yeah, because this plastic, remember, we're dealing with 60-year-old plastic. The plastic is so dirty and hazy. I mean, you can just see the coins always look so much nicer when you get them out of here. Even though some people are like, oh, you can't. How can you cut those open? I'm like, with a pair of scissors. It's real easy. Trust me. That's how you do it. Looks like I guess Z-Rich retracted his bid. Okay, well, hey, look, I'd rather you retract it now than tell me after I send you an invoice that you don't want it. So that's fine. So here we go. It says your U.S. proof coins have been carefully inspected before release. And if you see a defect or a scratch in the coin, it's no doubt a crease in the polyethylene-coated cellophane, which they are encased. We tell you this to save us both unnecessary correspondence. So just exactly what I told you. It's the plastic right there. There is no Denver. No, this is a Philadelphia proof set. The mint set would have the coins from both Philadelphia and Denver. That's separate. This is the proof set. So sorry if I said that incorrectly. I probably didn't, but you can blame me if you want. That's fine. We have Cyclone at 19, Galen V at 21. Yep, this is the envelope, 1960 PC, proof coins. The mint set does have both of them, the P's and the D's. Galen V at $21. Let's go ahead and count this down. Sold the Galen V for only $21. Thank you very much. Next up, we got an ounce of silver. And we're getting to be about halfway through this auction pretty soon here. This one here is the OPM silver round, 1 ounce. And these came out of a fresh roll. There's some gunk and stuff on the flip. The coins, the metal, the round in there is pretty much perfect. OPM metals, 1 troy ounce, 3/9 silver, and it's got that really interesting design on the other side. I think it's cool. Made in the USA. Fast with the 3-2-1. Gringo, I'm not messing around, man. I'm not, Gringo, if you know it, if you've watched my auctions, I'm not one of those channels that takes 10 minutes to sell one item. I'll tell you that right now. You know what? Maybe I leave $1 or $2 on the table, not dragging it out, but I'd rather get through more items. So there you go. We got some gaming to do later on, Gringo. I got stuff to do. And I got a bunch of tax returns I need to do too. But NCF XSTI at $21 so far in the lead. That's a steal. And there you go. Nightbot right there telling us about the Hawaiian dime you can win. So if you haven't got in for a comment on that, you can win that. That's what. And then in my description to that video that Nightbot just mentioned is a link to Don's 1883 quarter giveaway. So can you do the auctioneer voice? Got a $21 bid, need 22, 21, got a 21, need 22, anyone, 22, need 22, here, 22. You got a $21 bid, need 22. Now, all in, all fair, all done, all square. No, I'm not going to do that. All right, so now I got to scroll up because you guys are all chatting and bugging me here. NCF is at 21. We're going to go ahead and count that down. Right there, NCF sold 21 bucks. Please don't tell me you want me to actually do that stupid voice, because I'm not gonna. All right, here we go. Here's another one. This is lot number 8. That is the 2019 Austrian, not Australia, it's Austria. Philharmonic, 1 ounce silver. Beautiful coin. Yeah, and these are fresh out of a roll that we bought for the club back in 2019, I'm sure. Republic Austria, 1 medal of fine silver, 1 ounce of fine silver, 1.5 euros, 2019. Beautiful piece, 1 ounce silver. And they're bidding 11, 12, 15, 14. It's going to be a little higher than that, I'm betting. It's an ounce of silver. Philharmonic from Austria. Up to 17. Don't make me start bidding on the items. Come on. I mean, it melts for about almost $2 more than that. There we go. SoCal coming in at 19, paying about the silver belt value. Byron coming in at 20. Cyclone Byron was at 20 before you made your bid. So if you want it, you got to go to 21. Bob Thompson at $21. SoCal says they sell these at the shop for $24.50. Exactly. Like I said, there's premiums on everything. Right now, I think they sell the Silver Eagles at about $7 over the spot price. So Silver Eagles, I bet, are $25.50 or $26. So, yeah, there's big premiums on this stuff right now. Remember, I don't get this money, so don't think you're giving me this money. This is all going to Glendale Coin Club. So this is all stuff owned by the club. I mean, if it sells at $21, we'll sell it at $21 because I think I bought these last year. We probably paid $17 a coin for them, so whatever. But that's fine. But right now, Bob Thompson's getting a deal at 21. Gonna go ahead and start counting it down. I would definitely be bidding at this price, but I don't want to be bidding against people since I'm selling. So, or since I'm the auctioneer, at least. I don't know if that's fair. Even though I do it at club meetings, but if there's no spotting, that's great. Yeah, this came straight out of a fresh roll. I mean, I'll show it as close as possible. I don't see anything on it. Right here at the bottom, I don't know if there's one little mark on the biggest piece there. I mean, actually, it's just like a little piece of fuzz inside. There's nothing on this coin. It's perfect. There's just a couple little things on the inside of the 2x2, but now the coin itself is perfect. We got Cyclone up at $22. Have you sent out your package already, Gringo? Of course I did, and I've been slacking. No, I haven't. So if you already got a package of stuff coming to you, then believe me, I'll combine the shipping. You don't have to pay double shipping if you already owe stuff. So, but no, I did not send out those packages of the Swiss coins yet. I've been slacking. Just been really busy getting this ready and getting a whole bunch of stuff ready. $22 to Cyclone, 3 and 2 and 1. Sold the Cyclone. Does this go for me too? What does that mean? Cyclone got in before you, Bob. Sorry. So that went to Cyclone 13. And just to show you guys, I can pull that up just because so you want to see it. Right here's my chat. You can look closely. Bob, it might even show that you got in before, but right there I was on 3, 2, 1 sold. And then it says Bob Thompson 23. So you just gotcha. Just gotcha. Oh, yeah, I haven't sent out any of the Swiss coins yet, Cyclone. So if you got some of those coming, I know I got a pile of them here, so I don't remember exactly who ordered what. So absolutely, we'll combine the shipping on that. Like I said, if it ends up adding a bunch to the cost, I'll still make you pay $1 or $2 extra. But if it's just slipping 1 or 2 extra coins in there, you don't have to pay extra shipping. I'm not going to do that to you. All right. So that was a good deal then. Lot number 9. This one's pretty cool. Well, I mean, all of them are pretty cool, but this one is in particular pretty cool. This here is a 1943 Mexican peso. The MO mint mark there. These are 720 fine silver, and this is an uncirculated piece. 1943. Rafe comes right into $11. He knows what these things are worth. Especially when you get a nice uncirculated one. They've got a great design to them, too. So Rafe was 11, NCF 14, green go at 15. Make the screen bigger, dude. Oh, come on. That's why we're leaving all this money on the table, Don. Why didn't you tell me? No, that's fine. There we go. Thank you very much. Oh, that looks so much better on my screen. Look at that. You got the Liberty cap with the sun rays. Un peso. Estados Unidos Mexicanos. Just a really cool eagle. And, of course, my webcam just never wants to focus for more than a second. But there we go. Un peso. Steve comes up to $16. Rave wants it bad. NCF at 17. Who won the Austrian Philharmonic? Bob Thompson. That was Cyclone won that at 22. He got in just before your bid. Sorry, I said sold just before your bid. So again, I'll just bring that up on the screen in case you missed that. Right here over on the side, we got the bid from that. Cyclone was at 22. I go 3, 2, 1, sold. And Bob Thompson, you came in at 23 right after I put in sold. It might look different on your screen because there's different lag. And when you type on your own screen, it shows up on your screen before it goes across the internet to everybody else. But because I put in sold before you put your bid, I got to give that to Cyclone for 22. So hope you understand that. So we got NCF at $17. Muscle Shell says, you are class. Oh, appreciate that, Muscle Shell. Nice of you to say. Rafe, showed your cards too early. Nah, NCF's at 17. We're going to count it down. Now you're just going up against NCF, and NCF wants it. NCF sold 17. Let me write that down. Let me get this out of our way. Next up, this one's cool. And that one's still on the original card from the makers, in a capsule and on a card. Use the auctioneer's voice. No, I will not be doing that. I need a $1 bid. $1. Who's got $1? No, I'm not going to do that. This here is St. Lucia 2018 Silver Flamingos. It's in a capsule, and it's on the sealed card from Scottsdale Mint. So it's St. Lucia 2018 Silver Flamingos. Don Barry's bidding a quarter. Well, you can't bid a quarter when the opening bid's $1. So, come on, guys. So Rafe's in at 22. That's the first real bid I see. You better be careful. I might miss those decimal points and just say you're in for 26, Garrett. I don't know. But yeah, these are pretty cool. It's got like a textured field. And just a real cool design. And I can't tell you what's on the other side because I don't know. You could look it up, though. I'm sure it's something about saying 1 ounce silver. Yes, it is 1 ounce of silver. Absolutely. I don't know if it's 3 nines or 4 nines, though, but it is 1 ounce of silver. Paula Bloom's in at 23. Paula at $23. And we're going to count it down. Look at them beautiful birds. Absolutely. Surprised Mr. SoCal Box Breaks ain't getting this one unless he already has 100 of them. Oh, you only have 20 of them? Okay. Paula, you got that one. Very good. Congratulations. Those are cool. Next up, maybe you guys like Silver Eagles tonight. I don't know. 39 says JW. Must have looked it up. JW's got this thing on his computer. I don't know if you guys know this. He's got this thing he can go in there. I think it's called Google or something like that. You type it in and you can find out any information. So anytime you need to know something, ask JW. His computer lets him look it up. It's really cool technology. Here we got the 2017 Silver Eagle with an opening bid of $1. You'd wager the queens on the back of that one? Probably. And this thing got bid right up to $23. I got Byron as the first at $23. Luke, Byron got in just before you. Jenny was like, Google that stuff, I think is what he was trying to say. Google that stuff. So I got Byron. And Luke comes back at 24, but Cyclone got in before you, Luke. And then Byron's at 25 anyway. Remember, I think Don says at the coin shop, if you walk in there and pay cash, I think they charge just over 25 right now. So even at 25, it's still a pretty good deal. This is a 2017. I know that our club bought a roll of these back in 2017. We put them all in these big 2.5 by 2.5s, and this is just one of them left over. So this was a coin fresh out of a roll. Never anything done with it. It's got a couple little scuffs on the plastic, but the coin is pretty much perfect. Byron at $25. Gordon's got some Eagles too, Clarence. Okay. Might have to reach out to them because they're tough to get right now. They're tough to get. Bid, says SoCal. Is that you bidding? Is that you bidding the 26? Hey there, Rich. How you doing? We're on lot 11 right now. The rest of the auction items are in the description below. We only got 4 left after this, and they're all silver, and they're all cool silver. So we're going to go ahead and count this down. And I got to remember who's winning. Byron the Collector at $25. So Byron got that at 25. $25. Not bad, not bad. There's our next one here. This one's a little interesting. Might need a little bit of splaining to do on this one if you're not familiar with it. Those of you that have been club members for a while know what it is. This is our 2017 Coin Club medal. And if you can see that right between the words coin and club, there's some funky stuff going on there. Because what this is this is overstruck on a silver eagle. We didn't have a Coin Club medal made in 2017. So he took Dan Carr made these. He took our obverse die that we've had sitting around, and he overstruck them on 2017 Silver Eagles. It really flattened the hell out of them, so you can hardly see all the detail there. But you can tell that's a Silver Eagle, and you can just barely make out the bottoms of the digits at the bottom. And it's definitely a 2017 because that's all we had sent him that had made. So we sent him a few rolls of 2017s to have these done for us. So it was just a cheap way to get a Coin Club medal made. And, yeah, so this is a Dan Carr limited edition Glendale Coin Club 2017 Overstrike on a 1 ounce. So it's 1 ounce silver on a Silver Eagle. And pretty darn cool. And we got a bid of up to $30 so far. Galen's the first at 30. NCF comes in at 32. Storman says coming in to say hi and click that like. Well, thank you very much for doing so. Ilya Stompnik is 33. Thank you very much for that. We got a high bid of $33. That is pretty cool, isn't it? Edward comes in at 35. NCF Edward just beat you. He got in 35 first. Edward, you were already leading at 35, so I'm going to stay Edward's at 35. I'm not going to take – I won't have you bid against yourself. NCF goes to 40. So, Edward, if you're sure you want to go higher, then you can do that now. NCF's bidding against himself, too. So, I guess Edward went to 45. So, I guess we'll go NCF to 55 there. This hurts your heart that we smashed up a bunch of ASEs. Well, yeah, maybe. I guess you could look at it that way. But there's millions and millions of ASEs. I think there's only about 100, maybe 200 of these tops. I don't even remember how many we had made. All the information would be on Dan Carr's website with the exact vintage figures, though. I guess it's just under 200 is what we had done. But Edward goes up to 75. Edward wants it. Edward Van Orden at $75. NCF goes to 80. Well, guys, you need to stop right there. This is the one that owns by the club. I know the club owns more of the. I think we have like 3 or 4 left in our inventory of what we had that the club bought. So if each of you guys want one at $70, 70, I'll go down to 70 on it. That's enough. So I don't want you guys overpaying. Put that in. Both and Ilya, if you want one at 72, I can get you one too. If all 3 of you confirm on that, I think that's fair for everyone. Let me just write this down. And sorry, I just got to write all this down because I didn't expect to sell 3 things at once here. So very good. Thank you very much, guys. And I'm glad we can get some more of that Glendale Coin Club inventory cleared out and get some more of our cool metals into your hands. So thank you very much. You saw it. Your first, what did you win, Stormin? You didn't get that $5 gold, did you? Well, congratulations, whatever you won. I've never won anything over on Rob's channel other than a couple of mod gifts that he's given out. But well, hey Dennis, if there's a way if we got them in our inventory, I'd rather get them into the hands of some people and not have people pay more than I think is fair for them too. So here we go. A 2016 30th anniversary label, Silver Eagle, PCGS MS70, perfect grade, first strike. This label got the flag, the first strike, the 30th anniversary, the MS70, pretty much every bell and whistle you can imagine on this label. So there we go. And we got that bid right up to $50. You won the 1,000. Wow, that's awesome, Stormin. That's like basically the whole silver proof set, or the silver quarters proof set. Very cool. No, it's not a Rattler holder, Truth Lives. This is just a regular blue holder, modern one. Mad Stacker at 51. So we had Greg Berkovitz at 50. Mad Stacker goes to 51. Greg comes back at 53. It's a lucky coin with 777 in it. Oh, yeah, it's got a bunch of 7s in there. 7773, huh? Well, you can bid on it. You can bid on it, SoCal. Greg Berkovitz at $53 in the lead. And I'm going to count it down. Right when I started doing that, Mr. Duff, who for some reason never sent me a show and tell, comes in at $55. So then Greg comes back at $59. Thought for sure you'd be sending show and tell, Duff. That's okay. I'm sure we'll have next month. But hope all's going well with you and your family. I know you guys have been pretty busy. So Greg Berkovitz at $59. If you're available, stop by. So I'll try to do that, Storm. And yeah, every time I get on, if I see you streaming, I at least try to go in there and click like for you guys. So Bob Thompson comes in at $60. Got a lot of bidders in this all of a sudden. Cyclone Bob got in at first at 60, so you're going to have to go to 61 if you want to stay in. But Greg goes to 62. And again, I just want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. And we only got a few items left. Hope you guys enjoyed the meeting. I mean, again, I wish we could be doing this in person and selling all this stuff to y'all in person and having Don do the auction. But we got Greg at 66. Duff thought he typed in 65, but now you typed in 55, but now Greg's at 66. Party Pickle's in here in the house. Has anyone seen Party Pickle? That's you, Party Pickle. Cyclone at $69. Gotta want it, says Rafe. Yo! Exactly. That's the way it works. $69 to Mr. Cyclone 13 so far. Heck, I wish I had 10 of these to sell you guys, or I would, but I don't think we have. We may have one more in our club inventory, but I don't want to like tell you because I don't know. I'd have to dig. But Greg Berkovitz at 72. Again, all the stuff on the label, the flag, the first strike, PCGS 70, Silver Eagle, 30th anniversary, 2016. Beautiful coin. And what first strike means, for those of you that don't know, it means that it was delivered to PCGS within the first 30 days of initial release. So when they grade these each year, they grade a bunch of them in January, the ones that are fresh, I guess. Some people like that. They like the first strike label. So Cyclone at 73. You guys aren't letting it go. I mean, I just wanted to start counting it down. Greg Gavek at 75. I don't want to be too fast with stuff, too. I know, like, sometimes I try to sell them and then go 3, 2, 1, sold real quick. I know there is a bunch of lag. Some people are on cell phones. So I got to be fair to everybody bidding, too. So I don't like to drag it out either. But yeah, I want to make it fair to give everybody a chance to bid if they're still in the bidding. So Greg Berkovitz at $75. Cyclone says out. So we're just going to go ahead and start counting it down. I guess you can jump back in if you were lying and just want to snipe it, but Greg sold. Garrett personally doesn't like the first strike, Garrett. Yeah, I mean, really, if you really think about it, and congratulations, Greg. Thanks for the bids. Let me just write that down. Greg Berkovitz at 75 on the Silver Eagle. There's, some people are of the opinion, yeah, so what if it was done in the first? It doesn't mean it's the first one's off the dies, but some collectors do value it, and undoubtedly, if you look in sales records and in the PCGS record, whether you like it or not, whether you're a collector that agrees with it or not, first strike coins do sell for more, all else being equal. So there we go. What's next? What's NCF talking about there? Ready for 2 boxes in the morning. Okay, there we go. All right, next up is lot number 14. It is a 1921 Morgan Dollar and an ANAX AU58 holder. Ant Orta says, how does the ANA Young Numismatist deal with grade cards since schools were shut down early? That's a good question. I don't know that, Ant Orta. And if Walt Ostromecki is still in the house, he was a former ANA president, he would know that answer. If Edward Van Orden is still here, I believe you're an ANA representative. If you're here still, maybe you can pass along that question, because I don't know. So, but even if kids are, going from home, they're still getting report cards, right? Or does everybody just pass? I don't know. So this is an AU58. It's, you can tell it's got a little bit of wear on the cheek, but it's still a bright and flashy piece. Final year to Morgan Dollar, 1921. We got Gibbies up to 25. I would guess. I don't know, but unless some schools are just saying, hey, everybody passes, I don't know. But SoCal says he sent in the report card. I know Lima Echo Numismatics just did a video showing what he got from his report card. So, Penny Dog streaming in the morning. Okay, we'll have to check that out for sure. Old White Guy at 27. Yeah, Paul, I'm sure the ANA knows what's going on, and if you send that in, I doubt they're not going to send the kid the coin. So we got Gibby's Treasures at 28. Gibby's was the first at 28. Yeah, Orta, if you're concerned, I would send it in and you could even attach a note. I don't even know how you submit them, whether you do it by email or by mail, but just attach a message. Hey, we're doing it online and everything's pass fail and we passed. So there's the coin. So it's got some nice luster to it, but there is a touch of wear on the high points of the eagle. And then right on, you can see it there mostly on the cheek of Liberty. So it is an AU58. We got Gibby's at 28. Gibby's Treasures was the first at $28. Let me just go through and make sure that's correct, and we're going to go ahead and count it down. Cyclone at $29. Cyclone is the first at $29. Just sniping in there, aren't you guys? Remember, this is the second to last item. This is lot number 14. Coming up next, lot number 15. I think some of you are waiting for it. I'll give you a preview while they think about their bids. Look, it covers up the whole camera. Actually, I'm just holding it pretty close to the camera, but it's a big piece. Look at that, baby. That's coming up next. Cyclone 13 at $29 in the lead. Old white guy, if you want it, you got to bid higher because they got their bid in just before you. It showed up almost the same time on my screen, so I'm sure on your own screen it shows your bid first. But on my screen, it's Cyclone 13 first. That's what I have to go by. So hope you understand that. And thanks for letting us know you're out. So with that, I'll go ahead and count it down. Doesn't mean you can't come back in, though. I've seen it happen. Sold to Cyclone 13 at $29. All right. Let's see. Does anybody want that? Let's see. Let me go ahead and put in the information before you bid. Got to make sure you guys know what the opening bid is and all that. Thank you all for all your bids. My phone keeps buzzing. Hopefully that's people sending me emails so they know that, because they bid and they know they got to send me the email with their winnings and whatnot. SoCal jumps it right to $100. He's like, you know what? It's late, Kittle. I'm not sitting around for everybody bids 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, letting dad bid 44. None of that nonsense. We're jumping right to $100. Garrett M says, how do you do that A&A Young Numismatist and how do you sign up for that? Yeah, they do a free A's for kids, and I don't even know if you have to be an A&A member to be that, which is kind of odd. I thought you would have to have your kid be a member of the A&A, but I think it's open to anybody under 18. So I would just check out their website. It's called a Coins for A's program. And if you have trouble finding any information, then send me an email and I can probably point you in the right direction. But Paula Bloom went 105, NCF 110, Greg Berkovitz 115. And again, I'll show you the coin. This is in a fresh capsule. This is not the one with the mint mark. This is the bullion version. The ones that come from the mint have a mint mark there. There is what looks like a spot in front of the nose. That's just a little piece of lint on the inside of the holder. Trust me on that. You can see right there if I get it, it doubles. It shows as one piece. It's just a piece of lint. There's not a mark there. The one on, I don't see any marks on the coin itself. There's just a couple little pieces of lint that are popping through. But yeah, there's no spotting or marks that I can tell. Beautiful design, American Memorial Park, real flashy. The ones the mint sell have the frosted look and have the P mint marks. Those don't look nearly as nice in my opinion. These are way better and they're cheaper too. So the mint sells the ones that are frosted. I think they're up to like $170 or $175 each is what the mint sells it for. This is 5 ounces of 999 fine silver, but technically it's still $0.25. You could spend it if you wanted to, if you could find someone to take it. It's $0.25. And it's only been up to 116 so far by Galen. Greg comes up to 121. Jacob Gonzalez coin says, hey, Michael. Well, hey, Jacob, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. You just came in right at the end. This is our last auction item. It's the 5-ounce American Memorial Park from the Northern Mariana Islands. 2019. Greg's at 121. And he might be taking this home. I'm going to start counting it down. Still a pretty darn good price. 3 and 2 and 1. Bob comes in at 123 for the big quarter. And Bob's the kind of guy that would actually go and try to spend this, wouldn't he? I think so. I could see him trying that. Oh, Duff's buzzing my phone because he actually did send me a show and tell. But you know what, Duff? When I went to do that, I checked my email and was going through it. I forgot you had texted me your show and tell, so my bad. So what we're going to do here is we have one more show and tell, everybody. This here is from John Duff. That's his show and tell right there. So it's Jefferson Airplane, Butterfield Blues Band, Muddy Waters. And what that says, and I'll read what he wrote on it. So that is a rare 1966 Fillmore West poster on a 3-inch button. Butterfield Blues Band, Jefferson Airplane, Muddy Waters. There are accompanying posters and postcards from the event. So that's what that is. So that was what he sent. I screwed up. I only checked my email. But I do remember earlier in the week he did send this to me for show and tell. So anyway, I got it in there. Very cool. So now I got to go back and figure out what you guys were bidding on. So Bob Thompson sniped at 123. Everybody else is claiming that they're out. PCGS, email, suite. We'll make a machine so Bob can spend that quarter. And I guess I better count this down to make it official, right? Who's winning this again? Bob Thompson at 123. Okay. Sorry about that, Duff. Any snipers? No snipers. Bobcat Thompson. Only $123. So very good. I want to thank you guys all for participating in our coin club meeting and in our auction and all that. Don, was there anything else you wanted to come up here for? I just see your camera moving. But I see you're still unmuted, but if you need to do anything, let me know there. We can still hear you, I believe.
No, I'm good. Sorry. I had to kind of reopen it to unmic it.
So remember, guys, if you guys want any of the auction items or you want any of our giveaways, I'll put my email into the chat one more time. Remember that also, I guess, what's going on, you saw Nightbot telling you, but, since we got you watching here anyway, me and Don both have giveaways going on right now. If you go to my channel, it's actually the video that was posted last night. It's basically Don's 750 subscriber giveaway. It's an 1883 Hawaii dime. The 1883 Hawaiian coinage, if you don't know, was designed by Charles Barber and struck at the San Francisco Mint for the Kingdom of Hawaii because it wasn't yet a U.S. territory. So I'm giving away a Hawaiian dime. Don's giving away a Hawaiian quarter from 1883. So yeah, just check my page for that. All you got to do is leave a comment. You just got to get your comments in by July 20th for a chance to win those. So old white guy says, what do I need to do to get a sticker out of you? Well, you know what? It'd be really cool if I had some kind of a command in chat where I could go sticker. Let's see if that works. I don't even know if that's going to work. I think I set that up. Email me if you'd like to do a sticker trade. Special stickers are available for donors. So yeah, I got special stickers for people that have donated to the channel, old white guy. But if you just want like a regular sticker, and just send me an email. That's cool. But I got some special ones, like, let me grab them here just to show you. Like I got ones that have like holograms and buffalo nickels, and some of them I made special just as thank yous to people that donate. So because I've given them to people that have donated, I only do that. Don Barry, SoCal Box Breaks, has his sticker. I guess if you want to try to get one of his stickers, you'd have to email him. So, all right. Greg Burns, dang it. Oh, late. Almost missed everything, but thanks for recording. Yeah, Greg, it was a pretty cool presentation. Check it out. I didn't realize, I knew the Money Museum had stuff up on the website. I just didn't realize like they had like in-depth of a presentation and that it worked like with VR goggles and stuff like that. So I'm going to play around with that for sure. Rich Callie, thanks for coming in. Lincoln, Farm Dog, Paula, everybody, Golden Fire. Remember, and if you guys want more Coin Club stuff, our last 3 meetings before this, the April, the May, and the June meetings are still up for watch too, if you missed any of those. And very good. Thanks again for hanging out. And I guess that's about it. Right, Don? Anything else?
Nope.
All right, that's it, guys. Thanks again. And I guess we're going to probably see you in a month. Second Friday of the month. That's when it's going to be. So thanks again, guys. And if you have questions, you guys got my email. And Kevin, good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.